Now the Phantom 4 Pro, the current price point is $14.99, and I don't want to get into a lot of price points on these because the price is going to change over the course of 2017. They're going to drop the price probably by summertime. We'll probably be looking at a cheaper price in the third quarter coming up this year. But the Phantom 4 Pro is something that blew me away right out of the gate. I watched the video for the first time this week, and I've got to tell you folks, this is quite an upgrade from the Phantom 4. The original Phantom 4 came out. I have that one here in the studio. It's a great copter. I actually got rid of my Phantom 3. This one is much easier to update and a lot easier to deal with. I think it also flies a little better, and it has quite a few more features than the Phantom 3. But the Phantom 4 Pro is pretty amazing because they're giving us a flight time of 30 minutes. Now, like I've said in the past, don't fly at 30 minutes. If they say it flies 30 minutes, it's probably going to give you more like 27 or 25 minutes to be safe for the longevity of your battery life. And your control range on that one is also around the same as the Inspire 2. You're going to get 7 kilometers, around 4 miles with that, so pretty decent. You're going to get a little slower speed out of this one. This one's not going to do 60 miles an hour like the Inspire 2, but it's half the price. So we also have 4K video on here, and we have a larger 1-inch 20 megapixel XMR, I believe I'm saying that right, R CMOS sensor. So very, very nice sensor inside this camera. If you're looking for pro quality video, Phantom 4 Pro is definitely going to give you pro quality. Very, very nice camera setup on here. And they also have a new backpack that comes along with that. You have a battery charging hub station, which I can show here on the screen. And you also have a USB charger setup. You can get extra props. They're around $9. Intelligent flight battery comes along with this one. I believe it comes with one for the RTF kit, but a very, very hard competitor in the market this year is going to be the Phantom 4 Pro. A lot of people are going to want this one, mainly because this one also offers obstacle avoidance on every different angle of the drone. You have infrared sensors on the side, and that's kind of a new feature that we haven't seen before in the Phantom series. You have front and rear obstacle avoidance cameras that look out, and sensors that look for terrain as you're flying over the terrain. So you can do new tap fly features on this one as well, and it will avoid different obstacles along the way and read the terrain as it goes with the infrared system on board as well. So very, very, very high-tech drone. We're looking at 60 frames per second on this one at 4K and a 20 megapixel image sensor. So very, very nice camera as well comes along with this one. And the transmission range, if you guys are looking for long transmission range, 4.3 miles is way out there, guys. And 30-minute flight time, if it does 30 minutes, that's going to be pretty amazing. But what I'm the most excited about is the 5 directions of obstacle sensing on this drone. It has great options for doing pull away selfies. If there's something behind the drone at this point and you do a pull away selfie, like a selfie reveal, sitting on the side of a mountain, it's going to go around trees that are behind it now, which is amazing, because in the past we had the Phantom 4 Pro and you didn't have, or excuse me, the Phantom 4, and you didn't have any obstacle avoidance on the back side of it. If you were doing something in reverse down the street, you might hit a light pole or things like that that might be in the way, but this one is actually going to stop and go around it. So very, very cool. Now, also new to the Phantom 4 Pro, which I really, really like, and they say it's 4 times more bright than an iPad outdoors, is the new remote control with a built-in screen this time. So it flips up and you have all your information on there. It's a 5.5-inch screen, it's 1080p, and it's also touch screen, so you can do your tap fly and all your different modes in there. And it still uses the same DJI app, which is called DJI Go. I believe what it does is it automatically detects which version of the Phantom 4 you're using. I do not know at this point whether it works with the Phantom 4 or not. I will find out about that soon, and I'll let you know on the channel. It also has a ton of new modes on here. We have a new mode called Draw, and that's a new technology that it allows a new style of waypoint control. You draw a route on the screen, and the Phantom 4 Pro will move in that direction, keeping its altitude locked in the direction that you draw on the screen, which is kind of cool. So if you see something on the screen that you'd like to just kind of fly along and shoot, you can do sort of a pan along that. So that's very, very interesting for making some pretty complex shots. You also have standard waypoints included along with this drone. And this one also has other features like dual redundant IMUs in here. You have dual GPS on there. And next up we have Active Track, which is a new version of Active Track, kind of like what I was telling you about with the Inspire 2. It allows recognition of subjects, and it'll allow it to go from the side as well as doing orbit. And you have trace, profile, and spotlight versions. So with trace, you can follow behind or in front of a subject, avoiding the objects automatically. Trace allows you to follow behind or in front of a subject, avoiding obstacles automatically along the way as well. Now profile, it is going to fly alongside somebody, variety of different angles, and you can sort of change the angles and get profile shots of the subject as subjects standing still or moving. And the next mode we have is spotlight, and that keeps the camera trained on the subject when the aircraft goes anywhere you want it to pilot to. So that's also a pretty cool new mode. And of course tap fly, like we talked about before, where you can sort of fly in any direction visible on the screen with a tap, and the drone will fly in that direction while it avoids objects, forward or backwards. And you can also do a new mode called free, which locks forward the direction of the Phantom without locking the camera direction, allow it to turn as it flies. So that's also pretty cool. But it does say on their website that obstacle avoidance is not available with tap fly free. So be careful with tap fly free if you haven't used that mode before. Now you also have other modes on the Phantom 4 Pro, like we've seen on the other one. You have return to home, you have gesture mode, we have dual independent IMU sensors on board, which is great. And a 30-minute battery is not bad, and the new upgraded version of the DJI Go app. So that's about it for the Phantom 4. I'm not going to go in super detail about that one because I could sit here and do an entire 30-minute video on this Phantom 4 Pro. It is an absolute amazing drone. So this would make a great gift for someone, or if you want to get into some serious aerial photography without spending $3,000, this is a great platform, and I believe will be also really reliable. Now what you're looking at right here, this is the DJI Mavic Pro. This is their portable line series. It folds up into something really small that you can put into a bag or some small type of travel carry-on bag. Very, probably the most portable drone out there right now besides the unique Breeze 4K. This one's also packing 27 minutes flight time, so you get that 25-minute flight time out of the battery safely. These batteries are actually under $100, which is pretty affordable, and the Mavic Pro is starting at $999 at the current price. So not bad for a 4K camera and 12 megapixel resolution. I would actually trade a little bit of camera quality for portability here. So if you don't want to spend $1,500 and you want something super portable, the Mavic Pro is super awesome. Probably the most locked in drone that I've flown. It felt like it flew better than my Phantom 4 on my flight test a couple weeks ago. I was out on a farm here out in eastern Oregon, out in western Oregon, and it was an amazing camera quality and very stable. The camera is sort of a miniaturized version of what you see on the Phantom 4 or the Phantom 4 Pro. It's super tiny, but it gives amazing video. As you can see here in this video, you see it's pretty locked in, because the day that I did the flight test with this, I was up in the air and it was literally blowing 20 or more. So I was really surprised with the video quality. I don't feel like I'm sacrificing any video quality looking at this, because it's absolutely amazing. And I'll show you a still on the screen as well. Here's a still shot right here. But the video resolution, very impressive on this one. If you don't want to spend $1,500 or $3,000, this one is a great bet. And it's also portable. So it also has a variety of different accessories you can get for it, extra props, and the props fold down. You can get this little tiny shoulder bag. I believe the intelligent flight batteries are $89 at the current price. It also does have a charging hub station that you can get, and the car charger for it as well for traveling. So if you're out by the coast and you're not anywhere near an AC outlet, you can go ahead and charge your batteries on the fly. This one also comes with different flight modes in there, some new flight modes that we haven't seen before, and it does have 20 different sensors built into this one. So this one also has flight modes such as tap fly and active track, so it'll do trace, profile, and spotlight on there, just like the Phantom 4 Pro and the Inspire 3. So a little more compact size, and what I think is probably my favorite aerial drone this year. Now here on the bench, you're looking at my friend the Phantom 4, and this one has been great for 2016, and there are a ton of options in this one, guys. This is a major upgrade from what we had before. You have downward facing sensors on here for obstacle avoidance, and you also have front facing sensors. It does not have side to side infrared sensors like the new Phantom 4 Pro, and rear facing obstacle avoidance. So if you do any pull away reveal selfies, you don't have anything behind this one like you do on the new Phantom 4 Pro, but this one is probably going to be $500 or more cheaper. You're still going to get 4K video, and you're still going to get obstacle avoidance on here. So this is a good pick for 2017, mainly because it's going to be a lot cheaper than it was in 2016. So I would definitely put my money down on a Phantom 4 any day in 2017. Not bad, because you do get a lot of the same style features. You get tap fly, you get waypoints, you get return to home with obstacle avoidance on the way back, and you also get around 28 minutes flight time, I believe what they're saying on the website. Let's see, the bit rate, it's 60 megabits per second on the max bit rate on DJI's website. So the sensor in this one is that 1.5.3 CMOS effective pixels of 12.4 megapixels. So not bad for video stills, and you're going to get 4K video on this, so you can do a lot of cool stuff with this camera as well, like single shot burst, auto exposure. You can do time lapse and HDR. You can do Photoshop DNG RAW, and you can also shoot in JPEG. And so this one also includes a micro SD card in the side of it. I believe it comes with a 32 gig card or a 16 gigabyte card, so you can put plenty of 4K video on either one of those. So I believe it also is updatable to 64 gigabytes. Not a bad drone for the money. So this is probably going to be your best value for 2017.